My daughter came home from school with a report card filled with straight A's and a teacher's note saying she was the most gifted student she'd ever taught. But when I went to celebrate with her, I found her crying in her room, saying she couldn't tell me the real reason she was getting such good grades. The silence in that moment was deafening. My 12-year-old daughter, Emma, sat on her bed clutching her report card like it was evidence of a crime. Her eyes were red from crying, and she wouldn't look at me directly. I sat down beside her, trying to keep my voice calm. Emma, what's wrong? These are amazing grades. We should be celebrating. She shook her head violently. You don't understand, Dad. I can't tell you how I'm really getting these grades. My heart stopped. As a single father, I'd worked 3 jobs to keep us afloat after my wife died in a car accident 2 years ago. Emma's grades had been my one bright spot, the thing that made me feel like I was doing something right. Emma, you can tell me anything. What's going on? She looked at me with those big brown eyes, so much like her mother's, and whispered, Mr. Peterson says if I tell anyone, no one will believe me anyway. Mr. Peterson was her 7th grade English teacher. He'd been teaching at the school for 15 years, was married with 2 kids, and had won Teacher of the Year 3 times. Parents loved him. Kids seemed to respect him. He was the kind of teacher who stayed after school to help struggling students. Tell me what, sweetheart? Emma's voice was barely audible. He said I'm special, that I'm mature for my age. He said if I wanted to keep getting good grades, I needed to spend extra time with him after school. My blood ran cold. What kind of extra time? She couldn't say it. She didn't need to. The way she curled up on herself, the way she flinched when I reached out to comfort her, told me everything I needed to know. I called the school the next morning. I was calm, professional, explained that I had concerns about inappropriate behavior from Mr. Peterson toward my daughter. The principal, Mrs. Rodriguez, sounded annoyed. Mr. Peterson is one of our most respected teachers. He's been here for 15 years without a single complaint. I'm making a complaint now, I said. Well, we'll look into it, but I have to tell you, Mr. Thompson, Emma's had some behavioral issues this year. She's been seen as attention-seeking since her mother passed. I felt like I'd been punched. Attention-seeking? Sometimes children who've experienced trauma act out in ways that can be misinterpreted. We'll document your concerns, but I wouldn't expect any immediate action. I hung up feeling sick. They thought Emma was lying. They thought she was making up stories for attention. That afternoon, I picked Emma up early from school. She was quiet on the drive home, staring out the window. Emma, I want you to know that I believe you, I said. No matter what anyone else says, I believe you. She started crying again. But what if they're right? What if no one else believes me? Then we'll figure it out together. But you did nothing wrong. None of this is your fault. Over the next week, I tried everything I could think of. I called the school district's administration office. I was told that without concrete evidence, they couldn't take action against a teacher with such a stellar reputation. I contacted the police. The officer who took my report was kind, but honest. Without physical evidence or witnesses, these cases are extremely difficult to prosecute. And with the victim being a minor who's experienced recent trauma, he didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. I hired a lawyer with money I didn't have. She was sympathetic, but realistic. The school will close ranks around Peterson. They'll question Emma's credibility, bring up her mother's death, suggest she's confused or acting out. It's going to be an uphill battle. Emma's grades started dropping. She became withdrawn, anxious. She'd have panic attacks before school. Some mornings, she'd beg me not to make her go. I started documenting everything. I wrote down every conversation Emma had with me about Peterson.
Full story link below.